Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. 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 Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io.
Hello everyone, welcome to round 1 of LSA season 10. I just want to check if my mic is working. Okay, seems to be working pretty well. So that's all good. Let me just quickly give the drivers the ready up signal in Discord. Okay. Someone dropped. Who disconnected? Let's have a look. We can see everybody's not here. Who's in the kick? Oh, it's Spikes. Oh, man. Okay, let's quickly try and get Spikes back. And Spikes another invite. Right, guys, so super excited for this. First season. Oh, and we've got rain. Hello. We have got rain in the house. Okay, I think we're just waiting for the drivers to ready up. So yeah, as you guys will have heard by now, everyone who's in the league at least, I'm not racing this season, so I've decided to take a break from F1 racing, and there we go. Okay, let me quickly get this stuff up. Telemetry, lap data, the track map. Right. There we go. Yeah, so I decided to not race the season just because I've not really been enjoying F1 25 the last while at least. And so yeah, I decided to rather commit to a season of commentating, putting out the stream for everyone, and yeah, hopefully the drivers do also enjoy watching the race back. There's someone coming out. That looks like a McLaren. No, it's not a McLaren. There's a Ferrari going out. That's Remco. No, it's not. It's another Ferrari. What's going on here? Why am I... Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. We are online. That was weird. So I think the first one is going to be Gamer ZA. He's a reserve driver, just to let you know. So he's filling in the Alpine for, I think it's Boogeyman. Still got to get used to all the new drivers in their new cars. Solid says T2 or Tier 3. What do you mean, bro? This is tier 1. This is the tier 1 race. But if you are not an LSA, a big welcome to you. I hope you enjoy the race. I hope you see some fantastic racing and some fantastic battles on track. As you will see, I have modded the game slightly. So we've got very cool sponsor boards going on at the moment. So you'll see here's all the LSA boards. And next to the side of the track and above the track, you've got the LSA banner. So that is pretty cool that we are able to do that. And then you'll see at the later stages of the lap, there's a few Moza sponsor boards and a few Springbok sponsor boards. Just because we're a South African league, you know, got to include the Springboks in some way. I was thinking of doing the South African flag, but because it's such a bright flag with so many colors, it just looks crazy on the side walls. Because yeah, there's too many flags. You know, the boards are too close to each other. The flags just look like a box of Smarties. So yeah, I decided to rather go with the Springbok logo. So Gamer Zere, he will be the first one to set a lap in the new season of Tier 1. Something new that we're also going to do for this season is we're going to have the driver interviews. So the winner of the race, as well as second place and third place, they'll be invited to the Discord voice chat afterwards, and we'll just have a chat with them regarding how the race went from their perspective. As Gamer Zere goes over the line and sets a 27.303. Next up, there's a Ferrari coming. I think that's not Remco. That's going to be Rikus. He goes faster with the 26.4. And then there's a Haas who is starting his lap. Okay. Haas is starting a lap. Next, who is coming next? There's a Kick. That's Winterish. He goes quicker. 26.2. Then there's an Aston who's, I think, just finished the lap. Storming Thunder at 27.1. Next up we have a Visa, that's Gems. He goes into P3 with 26.6. And we've got a Mercedes coming. That's not gonna be Don. Don has a quali band, so it's gonna be Japes who's starting a lap, it seems. We've got David's in P7, and just behind him I think it's just Nate in P5. So I think David's maybe went for a slow lap, and he will be pushing now to try and improve on his time. Then there's another Aston coming. It's going to be Sugar Bear to cross the line. Goes into P5 right behind his teammate, separated by 7,000. So doing something well at Aston Martin. And then we've got, which looks like an Alpine coming to the line. Yeah, just he went for another lap. I don't think he improved. Then there's a Haas. That's going to be Big T. Big T goes quicker. Wow, that's a fantastic lap from Big T and the Haas. Almost a second to P2 at the moment. As Varum Puzzle goes into P2 now. And then you've got another Aston coming. It's going to be Storming. He's starting a new lap. Spikes has left the session. Apology guys, let me quickly just re-invite Spikes again. Spikes is showing offline. Not very ideal. Apologies guys, I will be back in a moment. Spikes, invite sent. Okay, then we had a Ferrari of Remco, I think, who is starting a lap. Oh, he invalidated the first corner. Then we've got a Williams. Is that Mango? Mango is starting a lap. Let's stay on board with Mango for this one, because I think he will be one of the guys. Oh, he invalidated turn 1. Unfortunate for the Williams driver, but he will be one of the guys looking to take the fight to Big T, as I missed Japes going into P2, former teammate of mine from last season, fellow constructors winner, goes into P2. That's a great lap, only half a second behind Big T. That's a fantastic lap from Japes. I'm not biased at all. Right, then a McLaren, that's Verum Puzzle coming to the line. He's starting a lap, I think. I believe he's only starting a lap now. Who's finishing laps? Storming just finished the lap. He goes up into P3. And then there's a Mercedes coming. That is Japes. Japes is starting another lap. How much time do I have left? Let me just see if that's someone in the chat. Okay. Cool. Okay, next there's an Aston. That is going to be Sugar Bear. Is he up on his time? Can he improve? Yes, he does. Again, right behind his teammate. These Astons are sticking together. Then we've got Skilly starting his lap. Mango also starting a new lap. So let's try and stay on board with Mango this time. See if we can... If he can topple Big T, as Winterish Iowa has gone into P2, only 3/10 behind Big T. Wow. And as I say that Big T improves even further, he goes another second ahead of the field. Big T really impressing early on in the season. As Mango wringing the neck of that Williams. Important now with 9 minutes to go not to invalidate this run. This run has to be at least a time on the board, even if it's not pole. You just need a time there, because after this lap you're going to pit for a fresh set of tires, and then that's the final runs for the session. So crucial for Mango to get a time on the board. So far looked pretty good. He's coming up to a McLaren. Hopefully the McLaren will get out the way. As you can see, the Springbok boards on the side look pretty cool. And there's the Moser banner at the top. I think we've also got a Springbok logo in the pit lane as well, so that's pretty cool. Right, here goes Mango to the line. Can he beat a 24.7? Does. He goes at 24.5. So Big T, there's your target for your next lap. Right, then we've got a Alpine of Gamer. He just finished the lap, I believe. Then is that David's? No, it's his teammate Big T coming to the line to start another lap. And then there's a McLaren of Verum Puzzle. He's also starting a lap. Aston is pitting. Ferrari. Here we go. Rikus, he's starting a lap as well. I think David is also gonna... He invalidated, so he might pit here. Yeah, he's pitting. Then there's a visa of James. He's also starting a lap now. Right, so who's finishing a lap? Just Nate. He's coming around the final corner. On the limit. Driver from Tier 2 last season, promoted to Tier 1. Goes into P11. That's solid. Very solid from Just Nate. And then we've got a Red Bull coming to the line. That's Buerta. He is starting a lap. Buerta, the Constructors Champion in Tier 2 last season. So he's also promoted to Tier 1. Let's stay on board with him, see what he can do for this lap. As there's a kick slightly in the way there. I don't know if that's... Oh no, that'll be Winterish, because Spikes is in the pits. While we're on board with Buerta, let me just see if I can send another invite to Spikes. I don't know if he joined. I didn't see a message saying that Spikes joined. But it says online, so maybe he is in the session, but let's just send one for in case. Okay, back to Buerta. See what he can do. There's a whole lot of cars actually coming, so let's maybe see Yeah, Rikas has invalidated, so he's going to start a lap. Then we've got James coming around into the final sector now, so let's see what James can do. Very fast driver. Unfortunately, his teammate is not here today, baby boy. Oh, big snap for James. Coming out the final corner just when he got on top of the curb. Still goes P3, wow. Great lap there from James. And we've got a Williams of just Nate, who has invalidated his lap. Alpine of Pantry Star starting a lap. Now we cut to Buerta, who's finishing his lap. Where does he put his Red Bull? Stays P13. He did improve. I don't think he gained any positions from that, as that Haas is, oof, a very bad place in the apex of turn 1 there. Winterish has also started a lap. There's a McLaren coming. That's Scully. I believe Spikes has joined, so Spikes is back in the session. Hopefully he can still go out and set a lap. Now that Ferrari is Rikas. Hasn't invalidated this time, so should be able to get this time on the board. I couldn't see if he was up on his time or not, but we'll see once he crosses the finish line. Coming around the final corner with a big drift as he goes across the line. Goes third. Wow, great lap from Rikas. Wow, stunning lap. Then there's a Merc. Is that Japes? Yeah, Japes coming around the final corner, also having a bit of a moment there. Can he improve? He does improve, goes up to P4. Great form from Japes. Storming is starting a lap. Then there's another Ferrari, that's Remco, is also starting a lap. And then there's an Alpine. Who's that? Pantry Star goes P5. Great lap from him as well. I think he finished P5 in the Tier 1 Championship last season. So that's good for him. Where is Sugar Bear? Sugar Bear is up into P6. Great lap from him as well. So this is really close. The times at the moment, if you look at Rikas in P3, only a second down to Gamer in P12. Less than a second. So yeah, super close. But in Puzzle starting his lap soon. So let's cut to Japes. Is he improving? I doubt. No, he's on a slow lap. And then there's an Aston coming. That's Storming. He's improving by 6/10. Wow, this is going to be a good lap. If he can hook up this final sector, he could go into P3 here. Just because the track drying. Oh no, it is still raining a bit. Let's see what Storming can do. Coming to the line. There we go. P2. Only a 10th behind Mango. Fantastic lap from Storming. Wow. That's fantastic. Okay, so Big T starting his latest lap. And then there's an Alpine. Is that Pantry? Is he? He is. I think he's backed out of that one. Because he's not using any battery. Then there's another Haas of David's. He goes into P12. And there's a Williams. Is that just Nate? No, it's Mango. Is Mango starting? Mango just started his lap. The Spikes is out on track, so he is going to set a lap. That's good. As there is so much going on the track at the moment. Trying to stay with everything, but there's just so many cars on track. Venom Puzzle is the next one. He's going to start a lap. And then just Nate is going to start a lap. And then it'll be Storming, who is recharging at the moment. So he's also probably going to start a lap. So Japes, is he on a lap? Yeah, I think he is. I think Japes is on a fast lap. See if he can improve even more. Across the finish line, Japes goes into P3. Wow, I think the track must be ramping up quite a lot as well. Big T now to the line. provisional pole, 24-0. Great lap. Where's Mango? Mango has backed out. Must have made a mistake. He's not going to have a lot of battery left here. Can he go for one last push? He will have to. David's coming around the final corner. He's also going to start a lap. He's pretty close to Mango. And then we've got Winterish using Validated. We've got Sugar Bear coming to the line. Look at all these cars. Huerta starting his lap. Scully also starting a lap. Apologies. Gamer Zero going to start a lap. Vidim Puzzle, he's coming around the final corner. A lot of drifting. Wow. Big moment for Vidim Puzzle. Can he improve? No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. Right. Just Nate. Final sector. Can he improve? What's going on with the driver's head? The head is leaning the wrong way. Oh, EA, you guys are fantastic. Just Nate across the finish line. He improves to P12. That is decent. Japes starting a lap. No, he's done. Japes is done. Then there's a Visa. That's James. Can he improve? I think so. James goes second. Wow, great lap. Then there's a Ferrari. Remco, he's finished. Alpine. Is that Gamer? No, it's his teammates. Pantry. Pantry goes up to P6. Good lap from him. Then there's a Haas. Is that David's? David coming across the line now. Can he improve? He does to P13. Spikes. No, that is Winterish, Iowa, just behind him. Now there's a McLaren coming. Scully up into P11. Then there's an Alpine. That's going to be Gamer ZA. Can he improve up to the line? He does, P13. Good lap from Gamer. Who else? There's a Aston Martin coming across the line now. Couldn't see who that was. Sugar Bear. Is that everyone? Just Nate, maybe? Is he still on a lap? No, he's not. He's on 100% battery, so definitely not pushing. And he will be putting. So I think that's going to be qualifying done. Vidim Puzzle not improving. Wow, that's qualifying, guys. Sure. What a frantic session. Man, I had no idea where to look for most of that. That is pretty crazy. But Big T starts the season with pole, 24.005. Behind him, James. Behind him, Mango. We've got Storming Thunderhead, who was one of the leading guys last season. And then I'll take you through the quality results in a moment. Someone's mic is on. Japes, your mic is on. Okay, we've got Big C from James, from Mango, from Storming Thunderhead, from Japes in P5. Oh, I've got to take these screenshots quickly. We're going to run out of time. There we go. Race director, just real quick. There we go. Boom. Nailed it. Okay, just give me a moment. I've got to just... Oh, it's raining in the race. Wow, it's pouring. It's pouring. Okay, we're going to ready up at 2043. I'm just asking the drivers if this rain is going to be here for the whole race. We'll see what they say. Yeesh. This is Rain for the whole race, says James. So no DRS in the rain, obviously. And don't know what the tires are going to do. This rain might actually be full wet. I know on this game, inters are pretty good in all conditions. But I mean, this is really raining hard. And Puzzle, if you are watching the stream afterwards, the wet tires in your garage look fairly flat. Looks like they've sunk into the floor. So don't put the wets on. You have a puncture in 2 of your tires already. Ah, classic. Give me a moment, guys. I just want to quickly mute my Discord for like... Oh no, I don't think I should. No, okay, I'm not going to mute it for the race. I just don't want the thing to beep the whole time. Okay, 2 more minutes, then we're ready up. Predictions. I think it's going to be probably Big T, then Mango, then Storming Thunderhead on the podium. I think starting from pole, Big T might be the favorite here. Mango down in P3, so not far behind. And I think Storming was in P4. I think Gems starting in second, if I remember correctly. Just sometimes struggling with a bit of consistency in the races. So hopefully for him, he can sort that out this season, because he's definitely got the pace to be up there, as you can see from the qualifying results. But yeah, it's points aren't scored in qualifying. Okay, we're almost ready to go for the first race of the new season, season 10 in LSA, tier 1. These are the big boys, the fast guys, those who there's not many who can beat them. Giving the ready up signal to all the drivers, so we should be going very, very soon. Let's jump back to the YouTube stream so I can have a look at all of your comments. If there are any lovely comments, please do leave them. I will be trying to keep an eye on the comments. That's not gonna work. Let's keep it like this. There we go, 10 seconds to go until we are racing in LSA for yet another season. See how this goes. 5 red lights, and it's lights out and away we go. Everyone crawling off the line. Very tentative start from everyone. James up the inside into turn 1. But Big T able to keep the lead. There's a bit of position changes. Oof, Mango getting a bit out of shape. But it seems everyone has kept it clean. So let's move back to the front. There's some battling here. Mango, and that's a kick going wide. Winterish, Iowa. He's off track as the drivers try and navigate these tricky conditions. Oh, Ferrari in the wall. That's damaged. Rikus with the broken wing early on. And the other Ferrari also has a broken wing. Mango also with a broken wing. And now he's losing places. Chaos here at the start in LSA. These conditions really, really tough. These camera angles aren't great, but we do what we can. Back to the front, Big T still leading from Gems, and then comes Storming Thunderhead. Then you've got Japes up to P4, Winterish Iowa in P5, in the Sauber, Sugar Bear now in P6, chased by the Ferrari of Rickus, and then Mango down to P8 with his wing damage, and then there's an Alpine of Pantry Star, his wing's still intact, and then Remco with a lot of damage. He is going to pit. Both his end plates are gone. As you can see, Mango and Remco pitting. But a lot can still happen. That is only lap 1 of the race. We're on lap 2 at the moment, so we can still... Oh, big snap for Gamer on turn 2. Where's the action? It is right here. Huerta chasing down Gamer ZA. Hey Cassie, good to see you in the chat, brother. Literally my brother-in-law. Oh, damage there. That is... I just couldn't see exactly what happened, but Huerta made a fairly hefty contact with the wall there, and Gamer ZA all over the place. Oh, he spun. There's big contact. There's a lot of contact. Don Rabico is through. I think he got through that chaos there. Or he was caught up in it. I'm not sure. It doesn't look like I have damage. Just Nate has damage. A lot of front wings. The mechanics are going to be changing front wings quite a lot. These guys are going for it. Oh, that was Gamer ZA. Oh, there's more wing. Gamer ZA has got 0 wing left. He's going to have to box. He's got none of his wing left. David has got to be careful. He doesn't run into the back of him. He's not boxing. That's interesting. The Gamer ZA deciding not to box. Staying out. David is boxing. Maybe for inters. Let's have a look at tires, maybe. So Big T on inters, everyone on wets, and then Don, Verum, and Gamer on inters. David's stays on wets, so he feels the wets are the right tire. Right, so we've got Sugar Bear within a second of Rickus. Obviously no DRS in these conditions. We've got Huerta right on the back of Spikes. Does Spikes have damage? He does. There is an end plate missing on the Sauber. Huerta, I think he got damage, but now it doesn't look like it. His wing is still intact, so maybe it's minor damage. But yeah, he won't be losing too much time with that. As Japes has caught up to Storming. Gap now only 6/10. And then Verum right on the back of Don here. There's a little fight here going for P11. Don, Verum, and just Nate. These guys battling it out for some points. Obviously in LSA we've got a bit of a different point system to the real F1. Points go down to P15. So it's not only the top 10 who score points. As Huerta still on the back of Spike, so we'll stay with this battle here because these guys are really close to one another. Good job. Cassie in the chat, my brother-in-law, and his wife, my sister, is her birthday today. So happy birthday, Janae. Cassie, congrats. Hope you guys had a good one. So yeah, here comes Verum Puzzle now. Charging up to Don, but Don able to fight him off for the time being. Gamer ZA does now pit, so he changes his wing, goes to a fresh set of inters, and yeah, he will now go a bit further into this race. Big T, give him some screen time, doing what we said he needed to do, breaking the gap to the guys behind, and just managing it. So I think with how hard it's raining, the Inters and the Wets are probably pretty similar on pace, it seems. The question is, which tire is going to last longer? Will all the sliding and stuff burn through the Inters quicker? Oh, as Big T goes a bit off track there, that's going to allow James to close the gap a bit. James now under a second. Still no DRS in the rain, but it is always good to keep the pressure on the guy ahead of you. As you can see, these guys all pretty close on track, but just about a second between them from Storming all the way down to Pantry Star. There's about 1.5 seconds per driver. Bottom Puzzle still on the back of Don. Doesn't have a lot of battery left, so Don is able to defend using his battery smartly just to stay ahead. They have made a bit of a gap now to just Nate, who is dropping off slightly. Maybe that could be a tire thing. Maybe the Inters are starting to come good at this stage as the track gets a bit drier from all the cars doing laps. The cars obviously lifting the water off the track, so the track does get drier with every passing lap. So maybe these Inters are starting to really come into their own. Don closing up to Buerta. Gap now only 1.5 seconds, so Don showing some good pace in his beloved Mercedes. He was very, very excited when he got the Mercedes in the draw, because I think it is his favorite car, so that's great. But yeah, Bottom Puzzle keeping him very honest, not giving him a moment of rest, and he actually gets a very good exit from that corner. He's right on the back of Don. You can see the dirty air. Bottom Puzzle just not able to control his car the closer he gets. So it makes overtaking on this game really difficult, the dirty air. But it is supposed to be difficult. You know, maybe not that difficult, but yeah, obviously in real life the guys also struggle to overtake. So it is fairly realistic, I'd say. Rikus on the back of Winterish, Iowa, showing some good pace with the wing damage, tapping the walls here and there. I think I heard Winterish also making a bit of contact with the wall. And then Japes still keeping Storming Thunderhead very honest here in the other Mercedes. So he is on for a very, very good result in P4 at the moment. Awesome stuff from Japes. But our closest battle on track is still Bottom Puzzle, who is right behind Don. I think we'll just stick on board with this battle for a while longer, see if something spices up. Now here comes Bottom. He's got a good run on Don this time around, but again decides to not go for it. Big T setting another fastest lap of the session, so he's really wringing the neck out of that Haas at the front. Good on him. As Rikus now pits, goes to Inters. I think he was on wet, so Rikus goes to a fresh set of Inters. I don't know how long these tires last, if he can go to the end on them, I'm not sure. But that is a bold move. Did he fix his wing? No, he didn't. So he just did a tire change, not a wing change. Oh, just as we pan to these two, you can see them going hammer and tong at it. Villain Puzzle almost pushing Don around these corners. So close is he to the back of the Mercedes driver. As they come into this fast chicane. Can Wurm Puzzle get a good run? Again, the gap is 2/10. The thing about this game is Slipstream is not really very strong, so even though he's very close, he's not really able to go for the move. But here he comes. He backs out of it. Not really a corner where you want to go side by side, so smart from him to back out, but maybe he can go again on the final straight, the main straight. Gap is 2/10. And it stays there. Right, who else? Jape's still on the back of Storming. The gap just staying around between 6 and 8/10. Mango has got past his teammate somewhere. We didn't see that. Oh, big snap from Mango over the curb. Don't want to be doing that too often. Can he now close in on the Rikus and Wurm Puzzle ahead? Just Nate with the early 3-second penalty on lap 8 of the race. Just about a quarter of a way in. Just more than a quarter. Big T setting another fastest lap. He's really pushing on these inters. The gap to James already 7 and a bit seconds, so he's just showed exactly what he can do in this first stint so far. Obviously we can have a safety car at any moment, which will change the dynamic completely. But it does seem that the frantic opening laps have settled down slightly. And these guys all getting into pretty good rhythm. Japes still 8/10. As now Rikus getting up to the back of this pack, because remember he just boxed, right? So he's got fresh tires. His tires are 6 laps fresher than Don and Wurm Puzzle, so maybe he can upset the order a bit here, but he's going to have to get past them on merit, because remember they're also fighting each other, so that could be risky sometimes. But does he go for an optimistic send with the fresh tires, or does he stay behind them until they box? I don't think they're going to box soon, you know, because they're still going strong. Oh, they're on inters, they're not on the wets, so maybe the inters don't last as long. Let's have a look. Any of them pit? No. Into turn 1. We've still got Bueta. Don Rabico has now caught up to Bueta. So this is now a 5-car train for P8. Crazy. Here comes... Oh, there's a bit of contact. That's Mango on the Rikus. There's a bit of contact there, as all the drivers were moving around quite a bit trying to find some space, so not sure if that is just a reactionary move or what happened there, but there was a bit of contact, so we'll see what happens after the race. Rikus now gets a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings, unless that is the game giving him a straight penalty on his first warning, which does happen actually quite often. Unless it's that won't really be removed. Here comes Don. There's a bit of contact. And now here comes Puzzle as well. Oh, he backs out of it. He stays behind Don. And Mango pushing Buerta through the corner, telling him, come on. Get some pace. Here comes Mango up the inside of Buerta. Buerta fighting it. He's got the inside for turn 2. But I think Mango holds on to that. And here comes Rikus as well. Rikus also getting his way past Buerta. So Buerta has dropped from P8 to P12 in the span of a lap. Less than a lap, I would say. Brutal. These two, they got through on the same time. And they still can't be separated on track. Still only about 3/10 between them. As Japes is still 7/10 behind. Storming. However, Storming maybe made a mistake because the gap was a bit bigger to Winterish Iowa. Japes having a lot of slides. Can that open the door for Winterish Iowa? Not on this straight at least. Let's focus back to this where Puzzle and Don still going at it, and now they've got Mango right behind him. Mango on much similar tires, only 1 lap pressure. Can he force Don into making a mistake? Don seemingly very, very cool under pressure at the moment. Racing his own race. And doing pretty well. In P8 from last on the grid. Remember he started in P18. And the question is, does Mango get through these guys? Because the thing is, they are battling each other as well. So it's tough for him as the third car to get past. But we'll see what he chooses to do in a brief moment. Big T sets another faster lap of the race on 12 lap old inches. So he must be... You don't have to... Mango. Oh, this is close racing from these guys. You don't have to risk it all too early in the race. Still a lot of laps to go. We're not even halfway yet, so still a lot can happen in this race, guys. As Mango gets right off the back of Puzzle. Now, if I was Puzzle in this sense, I would, as Mango goes up the inside, can Virum hold it around the outside? No. Mango gets the move done. And now Mango can set off the Don, as Puzzle is now under pressure from Rikus behind. And that's what I was going to say, guys. If I was Virum, I would actually let Mango pass and see if Mango can't upset Don a bit, because Puzzle obviously knew we were struggling to get past Don for the past, I don't know, that's felt like 5 or 8 laps. And by letting Mango go, maybe you can, if Mango gets through, you can sneak through with him. And there Mango goes already up into P8. Seems like there wasn't damage for any of these guys, so they're all able to continue, which is good to see. I really want to show some other fights, but that's like the only fight that's really close on track. So I'm inclined to stick with it. But let's have a look at up front for a while. We've got Big T leading by 20 seconds, so he's almost a whole pit stop ahead. Might actually already be a pit stop, depending on obviously how long a pit stop takes. And that's crazy stuff. So Big T coming up to his teammate Davids. Davids will be receiving the blue flags. There we go. Davids stopping positions, not getting in his teammate's way. Big T, another fastest lap. That's crazy. On lap 14. Rikus has left the session. Oh no. Let's see if we can quickly invite him back. There's Rikus. Okay, Rikus invite sent. Mango is setting the fastest lap of the race. Up into P5 as there's a few cars who box. So Japes is boxed. Oh, there's a bit of contact between him and Vidim Puzzle just as he comes out of the pits. That is one of the most awkward pit exits on the whole game, I would say. Oh, there's yellow flag. That's David's going slow. He's managed to get going again. Vidim Puzzle making these new tires work. Oh no, Vidim Puzzle doing Japes making the new tires work. I think Rikus just got back in the session. Are they pitting? No, they're fighting. Oh, just Nate just came out of the pits, right. So he will have 13 lap pressure tires, so you'll see. I think he's just going to breeze past Scully at this stage. Battles. We've got Japes and Don separated by a couple of tenths. Japes has boxed, so he's on fresh tires, so we'll see if he does swap with Don, if Don decides to do team orders. As Winter comes out of the pits. Pantry Star also in the pits, as is Vidim Puzzle. David gets a 3-second penalty. Let's go. Who has stopped? Who's yet to stop? Don is yet to stop. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, so he's running a really good race. Yeah, he's probably waiting for a safety car or something. That's what I would have done if I was in his position. Just waiting for something lucky to kick in. He's done all the hard work from the back of the grid up to P5. He does deserve a bit of luck. Which are all the other cars, I guess, also deserve a bit of luck. So now, look at the tires. Almost everyone has switched to the medium compound, and this is key because it means there's not going to be a big offset between tires. All the tires are going to be the same in terms of brand, or like compound at least, not brand, in terms of the compound. But yeah, the only thing that is different is going to be tire age. So there's going to be a bit of a delta between that. So Mango has boxed. Remember, he boxed on lap 1. So his tires have gone 15 laps. So I think he is going to have to box again. I don't think you can do a full race on one set of tires. But he is up into P2, so that is a insane recovery so far. I know he does have to box again, but still. James still, quite comfortably here in P3. If he can keep this going, that'll be a great result to start the season for James, as well as Storming Thunderhead. A good P4, and then Don does need to pit, so he will pit. Japes has just pitted. Will he let him through? Don't think so. Just trying to see if the chat... Okay, there's no new messages in the chat. That's fine. Does Don let Japes go? Yes, there we go. Team orders, finally. So Don lets Japes go. So yeah, Japes with the fresher tires. Obviously his teammate knows that, so they didn't put up too much of a fight. They don't want to cost his teammate potentially very good result here. P4 or 5 for Japes when all is said and done. Because I think Mango will have to box again. And 16 laps on those inters. The only one still on wets is Spikes and just Nate. But again, it's not like they're losing a heap of time. Right, where's Battles on Track? We've got Winterish Iowa coming up on Don. Now, as I said earlier, this tire delta is huge. Winterish Iowa's got 15 laps fresher tires than Don. So you would think he would be able to get to the back of him and then overtake him, right? Nope. Not that easy. Not an F125. I don't see any other real battles on the track. It's just this one between Remco, Verdun Puzzle and Spikes. Verdun Puzzle again on the back of someone. He seems to just not be able to make that overtake. Maybe just braking a bit too early or a bit too cautious. And he gets stuck behind someone that has really got good pace. And he can't, overtake them. But this is the only real close fight at the moment. So, because of the rain... Oh, there's the yellow flag. Where's that? James and Mango. James got past Mango. I think that's just because of the tire life. The question is, how long can Mango still go on these inters? Because he's already done 18 laps on them, and Don has done 19 laps on his. Obviously, Mango pitching at the end of lap 1, so he is a lap fresher than Don's. But these guys are surely just waiting for like a safety car or something. As Puerta and Spike swap positions, might have been in the pit lane. Gonna see if someone is looking for me in Discord. No. And just Nate, the final guy on wets. Everyone else has boxed for inters at some stage. Or if you're like Don, you haven't boxed at all. Winterish right on the back of Don here. Again, so close. He just gets close and then can't make the decisive move. Now here he goes again to turn 3, I think. Wow, this guy keeps Winterish behind him for another lap, even on those old inters. So really good job from Don at the moment to defend. But he will have to pit at some point. Well, no, technically not. Because it's wet, inters, I don't think you do have to pit. I think you can go from the start to the finish. I don't know if it's possible. There's a yellow flag. Is that David's? David's is just letting people pass, so that's fine. It's not a crash. It looks like everyone's kept going. Big T is focused on him again for a bit. Haven't seen him at all this race. He's absolutely checked out. Leading by 30 seconds. And at this stage, all he needs to do is just keep it clean. Mango seems to have caught up to James a bit again. Ooh. And as I pan to him, he hit the wall. And that could allow Storming to get close. Storming Thundered with 13 lap fresher inters than Mango. Mango is going to be crying for new tires at the end of this race. That's if he even makes it. Remco, 10-second penalty for crossing the pit exit line. Ah, that's unfortunate. But it is not allowed, so... Bikes fighting with Gamer ZA. Except for Winterish, who's right on the back of Don Rabica, this is kind of the closest fight at the moment. Pike's almost pushing him through the corner, telling him to get a move on. Oh! Bikes with a big hit against the wall there. Coming out of that right-hander. Don't know if he got damaged. Doesn't look like it. I think he might be okay. I think he hit the wall with his tires, maybe. But let's cut to his teammate, Winterish, who is again getting closer and closer to Don, but Don defending really well, putting up a defensive masterclass here because he's got significantly older tires and he's still able to keep him at bay. And here comes Winterish He goes for the move. There's a bit of contact between the two cars, and he backs out of it. He says, I'll come back for that another time. Rikas, was he here the whole time? I think he's moved up to 8th. And Sugar Bear just behind. And Pantry Star not far behind either. So these guys are all in quite a long DRS train. With Don Rabico being the conductor of this DRS train. Well, I say DRS train, there's obviously not DRS in the wet, but I mean this train of cars who are fighting for P6. So we've got kind of these two groups. We've got this massive train here going for P6, which is Don Rabico, Winterish, Iowa, Rickus, and Sugar Bear and Pantry Star, for that matter. Pantry Star is also in the mix. And then you've also got this little groupie here with Spikes on the back of Gamer, who is not too far from Remco. Now, the Spikes versus Gamer is... Oh, there's a bit of contact. Spikes. I think Gamer just hit Spikes there. I think Spikes picked up some damage against the wall. Very unfortunate. Now can Spikes get this move done this time? Even with his damage. He's really close. Going to the outside. Oh, that's a bit naughty from Gamer ZA. Can sense the frustration on board with Spike. He's not had a great day. At first he struggled a bit with the connection. Caused him to not have a very clean run at qualifying through no fault of his own. Started basically last. Been a frustrating day for him, but those days happen. These guys are still going at it. All of them within a second of each other. Japes within half a second of Mango. I remember Mango is on these very, very old tires, so Japes has an opportunity here to sneak in a cheeky P4, which would be an insane result. And Don Rabico, if he can hold on to this, he is going to be my driver of the day. I know I know Big T has led every lap and he's been so far ahead that I think he's made an extra stop. So yeah, he has also controlled the race, but I think for me, Don Rabico coming from 18th all the way to 6th and not making a pit stop, that is very impressive. Spikes now was round again. I think there might have been some more contact between him and Gamer ZA. We'll see what the stewards think of that after the race, if they do decide to report it. But let's head back to this fight because there's only 3 laps of this race left. So can Winterish Iowa get up to P6? Or can Don hold on? Here we go. There's a little bit of contact. Oh. So Winterish Iowa does get past Don. It was a fairly aggressive send. I think it was clean. There was a slight bit of contact, but nothing that I could see that was too malicious. Obviously the off-board cameras aren't always too good for assessing incidents on the fly. So I'm not going to make any judgments right now. We'll wait until the steward reports come out. Usually I'm not going to say one driver was at fault or the other driver was at fault. I'll just leave that to the steward. So Winterish is now starting to break away a bit from Don. And now the next round is Don trying to defend from Rikus. Oh, something happened there. Rikus got through. How did that happen? I think Don's tires are so tired. He might even get a puncture. I don't even know what his tire wear is on, but he might get a puncture. Imagine a punch on the last or second last lap of the race. That would just be so cruel. Oh, interesting line there from Sugar Bear, which allows Varum Puzzle to get through. Up into P10 now for Varum Puzzle. Big T, another fastest lap of the race. Because I think he's done an extra pit stop, which means he's obviously got the freshest tires in anyway. Where will we see this? Pit stops. Big T. Big T. Yeah, he has made 2 stops. Gamer Zeta gets another warning. Right, final lap. Is that Big T coming across the line? No, it's not. Ha. For a minute I thought, oh. What just happened there? What is going on here? The Spikes and Gamer Z are having a real ding dong battle here. I don't even know. As Gamer Z just puts himself in the wall, DNFs himself on purpose, and yeah, that is going to be race bans for him. But anyway, back to the action. Big T comes across the line. A very, very dominant race. He wins the season opener by quite a long way. And here comes James, followed very closely by Storming Thunderhead, and that's your podium. And you've got Mango holding on to P4, does he? I think so. Japes comes across in P5. Winterish Iowa going to come home in P6. Great race in his tier 1 debut. Then Rikus, and then Rikus drops with his penalty. And then did Don get a penalty? Did he get a puncher? What's happened to him? He's just dropped so far off. Doesn't look like he has a puncher, but it might be. But anyway, Don comes across in P11. Then you've got Remco and then Buata to finish off the grid. Right, and there's round 1 in the books. So Big T, Gems, and Storming. Just gonna try and get them in the voice chat. Let me just quickly run through the results. So we've got Big T from pole. He wins with the fastest lap. James does get a podium. He does prove me wrong. And I have to eat my words. Great race from James. Podium for him. And then Storming rounds off the podium. Then you've got Mango and Japes, Winterish, Pantry Star, Viram Puzzle, Rikus, Sugar Bear, Don Robico, Buatari, Remco, and Scully, the top 14. And then just Nate, It Spikes, Davids, and Gamer ZA, who crashed on the final lap. Just quickly grab the race director. And then I just quickly want to get these results as well. Okay, and then we are going to do a post-race interview. So let's go to the tier 1 voice here.
Very difficult to overtake.
Here we go.
Right
Hey
around
guys.
Hello.
Hey.
What a chaos race to start off the season. Big
Full
T
wet.
full wet. When I saw that, I was like, goodness, I'm glad I'm not racing. So yeah, Big T, congrats on a superb race, man. Just led it from the start, made all the right calls. I think you even did an extra pit stop just for because you could. Tell us how was it from the driver's seat?
It was all right. Yeah, no, the race was fine. I knew once the Ictus kicked over, it would be good. But I had to start fuel saving since lap 10, so it was costing me a lap time, but otherwise I wouldn't have finished the race. So that last pit stop, although it was for fun, it was also just to gain a little bit of fuel back in the pits.
Okay.
I think I finished the race on 0.04. So yeah, just made it.
And you led every lap, right?
I believe
Yes, he
so,
did.
yeah.
Or was there a lap when you pitted that someone passed you?
Not that I'm aware of, because
Okay.
I think the first pit stop, it was like
Yeah, you pitted
20
quite
something
late,
seconds.
the first one.
Yeah, lap 15.
Yeah. So you got a grand slam. Pole, led every lap, won the race, fastest lap. Congrats,
Yeah.
man. Superb way to start the season. James, you made me eat my words. I said before the race, you always qualify close to the front, but sometimes in the race, the consistency does get the better of you. And
It's true. It's true.
and yeah, you proved me wrong. Great race, great finish. P2, great way to start the season.
Yeah, I think if it wasn't wet and I qualified that well, I would have dropped back. But I think in the wet, for some reason on this game, I'm just very good. I don't know why, but the wet saved me.
How was the full wet tire versus the inters that Big T ran at the start?
I thought at the beginning it was going to be faster for the whole race because I was keeping up with Big C and sort of faster than him in a couple places. Then after lap 4, you saw he just drove off into the distance and just kept going, kept going.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I mentioned it somewhere where I think the raw performance between the two tires looked fairly similar because of how wet it was. I just think once the cars kind of, made a bit of a line on the track, the inters do just become the slightly better tire.
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. And
Normally
then,
it's lap 4, but this one it was like lap 6 or 7. It really
yeah, you just started, pulling that gap. And then Storming, congrats. Another podium for you as well.
Oh, thank you.
How was the race?
Interesting.
You had a bit more
It was
battles.
definitely
I
a learning
think
experience for me.
Big T and James, you two were quite ahead. Storming, I think you had a bit more battles on track.
Yes, because the first stint on the weights, I knew also from like that for that the intermediates were quicker, but I didn't want to pit too soon and find out that the intermediates wouldn't make it to the end of the race.
True.
So I was busy trying to hold off japes, and several times I nearly had an off in the penultimate corner, touching the pitting wheel on the grass several times. So I had 2 moments which were very scary for me.
Well, I'm glad you survived. I
Yeah,
was silently
somehow I managed to
rooting.
keep me on the track.
I was silently rooting for Japes, being my ex teammate. But no,
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
glad.
now I'm driving your car, so yeah.
Yeah,
very
you are.
convenient.
I was torn between two worlds. I was torn between two worlds.
Uh,
But awesome. Thanks, guys. Appreciate the quick pop in, and congrats with the podiums to all three of you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers. Right, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. That's the end of the broadcast. Hope you guys enjoyed the race. It was a bit chaotic at times. It was a bit frantic at times. But at the end of the day, all of the drivers classified as finished. No one actually DNF'd. Or no one actually classified as DNF'd. But yeah, have a great week. We'll see each other next week then for round 2, which I do believe is at China. No, it's Mexico. I think round 2 is Mexico. Let me quickly confirm that. Yes, Mexico. Right, so we'll see each other for Mexico next week, guys. Have a good week, have a good weekend, and we'll see each other then. Cheers.